I'd rather have Donald Trump as a dictator for 4 years. Absolutely.
This country needs a dictator. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
He could stand on the front steps of the White House and commit murder, and I'm with him.
If he says it, then I'll go with it. And if he wants to be a dictator, then so be it.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching me from. This is where we break what's happening across America through the real stories, real reaction, and real consequences that people are facing in America today. In the face of F around and find out, we are now encountering Georgia. They are facing it. They're very cool because they are tired of crying, regretting, and everything. They now maybe they are trying to make us feel like they are aware of what's happening. All right. So, if you are new here, kindly subscribe here. Tell me in the comment what do you feel about the video. If you are a subscriber, thank you for coming back and continue supporting me every single day. Now, today's convo is coming straight out of Georgia.
So I posted my North Georgia, are you outraged by the ICE raids? And the MAGAs came out to play in the comment section. There's a lot of interesting narratives on display in the comment section, and there's no point in getting into those. I'm really not here to change your mind because it's clearly made up. But here's my thought. A lot of the people in the comment section said, I'm okay if they're here legally. I'm okay if they do it legally. If they're illegal, get them out. And I would almost believe you if that's what ICE was doing, if that's all that ICE was doing. The fact of the matter is, whether you want to believe it or not, fake news, whatever, is that ICE is rounding up people who are here legally with green cards, with work visas. There are people who are going to immigration court who are following up on their immigration process that are being arrested by ICE. I won't even say arrested. They're being taken by ICE. In face masks, right? They're being carted off. There was even a U.S. citizen, and his family was like, no, we have a birth certificate. Like, he's a citizen here. We can prove it. Didn't matter. He was still taken away by ICE agents. Here's the thing. I don't think anybody in my position is necessarily against the deportation. If someone's committing crimes, they're here illegally, they're doing things to harm others, I don't think there's a problem with deportation. There's a problem in not treating people like human beings. There's a problem with masked, unidentifiable men showing up to courts, showing up to places of business, and taking people who have done nothing wrong. There's a human dignity.
I just watched a MAGA supporter say he would still vote for Trump, even if Trump was found civilly liable of sexually abusing a child.
A lot of people didn't expect to hear from any of them. All right, I know one of you don't even expect to hear from MAGA, Georgia crying and everything. So, before we do the video, kindly have your clips, watch them, and I'll come back with more comments on them because I don't want to talk without evidence. I want to talk, we're hearing from them how they are feeling this whole problem. All right, now while you are watching, kindly subscribe. Comment below, share the video, and tell me what do you think about this whole struggle, this whole regrets in the party. What's happening in Georgia? All right, let's roll the video.
Now I ain't anti-Semitic, but I feel really confused right now and spiritually catfished.
6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president." Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
Now, I don't mind him being Jewish. I just need a heads up before I start a Facebook argument with my pastor. But this feels like Bud Light went woke, except with Jesus. I've been screaming one nation under God. I didn't mean God with a user agreement. No. We ain't just skipping past this. I defended this man through 2 impeachments and a mugshot, and I got it on my wall. I've been in Facebook arguments typing in all caps for years. You telling me I was quoting the wrong testament? He done said first Jewish president like it was a Fortnite skin. And you can't just unlock Judaism. And don't forget, I bought several of your Bibles. As far as I'm concerned, that ain't a faith journey. That's a yard sale. I already told my pastor God done chose him. Now I gotta go back like which God? I brought a cross, a flag, and a hat. Now none of them match. I guess the next rally he gonna come out like, we're very Christian. Also Jewish. Possibly Buddhism. Tremendous karma. Guess in a way the Bibles he sold didn't get read, they got flipped. Now this man done switch religions like he done switch lawyers. Fast, quiet, and right before court. Next week he gonna
every American that's having trouble with this. I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican.
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump.
Because of Donald Trump, it was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
No, I'm definitely voting Democrat. I've been knocking on doors. I got a clipboard.
You're even canvassing.
I am canvassing for a Democrat
That's
in
how
Wyoming.
strongly you feel.
I believe hardly anything the president says, but I do believe he's a danger to this country and to our democracy.
Oops. It's almost like we weren't lying to you. But I'll say this. Even
the date that I have is January 24th of 2022. Does that seem like it's within the range of being the correct date?
So I already stated I don't trust you. I understand you're trying to run for lieutenant governor right now. Anything you want me to testify to, I'm going to need to see.
Okay. Were you aware that in between the time of the special grand jury being sworn in and receiving evidence, Mr. Wade traveled to Athens, Georgia to meet with officials from the White House counsel's office?
I don't recall.
On the right-hand side here is the meeting that I reference. The highlighted section reads, travel to Athens, conf with White House.
How does this
counsel.
assist you in developing laws for Georgia? Because I believe the purpose that I'm here for is because you all need assistance in doing your job, and you want assistance with rules and regulations around how people should be a prosecutor. And it made sense to me that you'd come to the best prosecutor in the state to ask for some advice. But I'm confused as to how this assists you and what the purpose of me being here is.
The committee has a broad purpose. I'd be happy to refer to counsel as to the overall purpose of the committee. But my question for you is, as it relates
I don't
to
think
this
it's
travel,
relevant, so I'm objecting on relevance.
She's asked and answered that. She's told you that the TUI process goes through the White House counsel's office. She's asked, it's been asked and answered.
And it's your testimony today that the travel to Athens, conference with the White House counsel, as far as you were aware, was due to a part of this TUI process that the governor's referencing.
I've testified I don't recall anything about this.
Okay.
And I don't see how it's relevant to what your alleged purpose is. Now, your real purpose is to try to get elected, which I would say, Georgia, please, let's elect any lieutenant governor but this one.
So it's your testimony today that you and Mr. Wade did not have any conversations prior to you taking office relative to an investigation into the 2020 election.
Don't answer that. That is a deliberative privilege of what goes on in a district attorney's mind and the process that goes
She wasn't district attorney.
She was.
Prior to being sworn in, she was district attorney?
No, she was not, but you asked.
I'll return to my question. Prior to you being sworn in as district attorney, is it your testimony today that you did not have any conversation with Mr. Wade about investigating the 2020 election?
Do you want to answer?
It's a dumbass question.
I know it is, but go ahead and tell him because it occurred after she took office. But
I didn't know that he was going to commit a crime prior to me taking office. Like, factually, it's impossible.
Okay. Thank you. Screen.
I don't review those documents, so you're asking me to look at documents that I haven't for the first time. What I can tell you is that I allowed Mr. Wade to bill 160 hours a week.
In part of Georgia, more so rural areas, working class communities, some MAGA voters are now openly expressing how they feel. They are now being free, open and telling people that this is how they are feeling about this whole thing. All right, they are now being open to the public that, okay, we are really facing hardship, we are really facing struggle and everything. Now, not because of social media, but it's because of the party drama in America. You know what? The Republicans, as usual. But because of real life consequences, they are tied to policies that they supported. You know, I came across people saying that, you know what, Trump should be Trump should just be a dictator in America, because if Trump would wish to hang himself, I'll be there with him hang. What did Trump give MAGA? Did Trump bewitch you? Did Trump bewitch you? I don't get it. Every single day you are supporting Trump in every aspect. Today you are crying because of this whole thing. People are saying things like, we didn't expect a price of a rice this way. We have no issue, but the price has gone too high for us. Our jobs become less stable. Right? And our communities aren't improving anymore. We are just same position, same way, even worse than before. This didn't just help us the way we thought it could be helping us till today. And that honesty is important, because it didn't just come easily. They fought for it. They are like, now they have seen it happening to them. They have seen it hurting them. Like now they are tired of this whole thing. They are just fed up with this whole matter of them crying and nobody is helping them. What changed wasn't ideology, it was an experience. So some of them were like talking about agricultural struggle tied to trade disruption, because Trump is always raising tariffs for their buyers, factory shutting down and layoffs and everything, small business closing, healthcare costs still climbing every single day. They are not even getting able to buy medicine, even to pay for their own old parents, for the caregivers. Infrastructure promises not materializing. For many, they believe was, if we give him a chance, things will turn around. Everything will be affordable, possible. Anybody will become anyone in the few years. Some was like, if I vote today for Trump, maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, I'll have my own car, my own house, my own job, business. People have minds. People have to think of improving life. But when daily life didn't improve, when bills got harder to manage, when opportunities shrank instead of expanded, the question was, why am I feeling like Trump really betrayed me? Why am I being in two-way traffic? I don't know where to go. But here's something that people don't know about this whole thing. Most of these voters aren't saying I'm joining the party or I'm joining the Democrats or something. What they're saying that is that I trusted him, all right, and I give it all. But my people are now facing the hardship, losing job, closing up their businesses, not even being able to afford the normal life they were living. That distinction matters a lot for them. This ain't about loyalty shifting overnight. It's just about confidence breaking down. People are tired of believing in him, trusting in him anymore. People are just realizing that political promises don't always translate into policies.
Trying to keep people safe, and y'all have me in here with this foolishness. I indicted them, I'm indict them again. If they committed a crime in my jurisdiction, I don't care if you like it. It's not 1948. No, let me get to this. It's not 1948. I know that you're offended that it...
I didn't... So here's the question.
Audacity to indict rich white men, but I would do it again, but I would also fight with my last...
Remember when they told us we're not important? Remember how we just flipped 2 Public Service Commission seats and sent Peter Hubbard and Dr. Alicia Johnson to the Public Service Commission, and it was a big deal? Yeah, we did that, by the way. Well, the Public Service Commission is still all 5 Republican members until they take their seats in 2026. And so they rushed a vote and approved a massive expansion for Georgia Power to power data centers here in Georgia. Georgia Power is saying, oh, the people making these centers, they'll pay through their rates the cost of this. environmental groups, renewable energy groups, the legal defense saying don't approve this. They are like, y'all, Georgia Power is a liar. We've been knowing this. Not also to mention that AI data centers in this year alone have made more pollution than the... All right, Georgia, and really everybody else. Here's 2 minutes of MAGA madness. Instead of investing money into things that actually help our families thrive, the Department of Homeland Security is taking over $100 million to purchase planes to fast-track deportations. Because that's a good use of money. And in a ridiculous move, the White House has announced gold cards that cost $1 million for an individual and $2 million for companies for people to immigrate here. You would have thought the gold toilets in Mar-a-Lago would be enough gold for this man. Or the golden ballroom that's costing over $200 million in the East Wing of the White House that he literally took a wrecking ball to. Many tourists from other countries could also start to be required to show the last 5 years of their social media history in order to enter the country. And the order also says that you will have to turn over addresses, emails, and phone numbers in the last few years and all of that same information for your family members in order to enter the country. This comes ahead of the World Cup being hosted here in the United States next year in 2026. For someone who said, well, under crooked Joe Biden, this country was losing all this money, he's doing a hell of a lot to make it harder for this country to benefit from a huge economic event like the World Cup. And an election denier is going to be over a big part of FEMA. And if you don't know, FEMA is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. That is the agency of the Department of Homeland Security that does disaster response. So hurricanes, all of that.
So Georgia has always been in a crossroad. Urban and rural, young and old, working class and corporate. So when frustration shows up there, it's not isolated. It's a reflective. What you are hearing from these voters is something that's too big, something broader. We want result, not rhetoric. We want action, not just promises. We want something to be seen. We don't want chaos. We want results. And when people feel that they don't care about you anymore, they stop sharing. They start recessing, thinking of how should I now overcome all this hardship. Black communities in Georgia have watched this shift closely with awareness, because policies outcome don't land on a paper, they land on a neighborhood. If I'm hurting, then somebody that's my neighbor is hurting as well, right? And when the decision made at the top ripple, and when the decision made at the top ripple downward, everyone feels it, regardless of who you voted for, or who you believe in, or who you are. If you voted for Democrats, well, Republicans, well, but now, whenever the government is trying to hold you back from moving forward, you feel it no matter who you are. It's not about blame, not to blame another person. It's to think and awaken. It's about understanding how action creates consequences. The thing you are making today might tomorrow hurt you as a person. The thing you are making today, tomorrow might hurt you so much. So tell me in the comments, do you think more voters will start speaking openly about this all regrets, these all downfalls, or do you think this is just a temporary moment of frustration? People just overcome and they'll go back to normal as they were. Tell me in the comments. All right? I'm more than peace. Be blessed till next episode. I love you.